Since the founding fathers, the love of the land is something buried deep inside of us. It is our heritage, our history, our passion. And we are its greatest stewards. From the smallest blades of grass to the widest of nature's wonders, this is who we are. This is Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. Boa Safra. Harvest hidden tax deductions with Boa Safra Ag. Metabo HPT, make, move, go. Moultrie Trail Cameras, build a bigger picture with Moultrie. And by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land.
Welcome to Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. I'm your host, Alan Treadwell. On this week's episode, we start out in Idaho, on a ranch with live water. That's an outdoor paradise for elk and deer, bordering the National Forest. Then we go down south to Georgia to visit a pristine farm with a stunning 20-acre lake and a custom-built lodge. And while we showcase a few select listings on each episode, Hayden Outdoors has hundreds of properties all across the country, listed on haydenoutdoors.com. This week, our travels take us to Wine, Wheels, and Wildlife event at Childress Vineyards in Lexington, North Carolina. We're spending time with the folks from the Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation to understand more about what they do for sportsmen and women all across the country. I'm excited because I'm getting to break out the shotgun and go back to my roots and shoot some 5-stand with Jeff Crane and Taylor Schmitz. But as I'm getting ready, the man himself, NASCAR legend Richard Childress, shows up at the range.
Well, Richard, I know the Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation has been something that's kind of near and dear to you for a lot of years. You know, for 20 years you've been supporting it.
Yeah, it's one of the best kept secrets in the great outdoors. So many people, you can go to a hunting club or a gun store or something and say, do you know the Congressional Sportsman Foundation? And most of them will say, no, I haven't never heard of it. But they're the ones that really give all of our hunters, you know, for the great outdoors, trapping, hunting, fishing, the keeping lands open. Those are the things that the Congressional Sportsman Foundation does that many people don't realize. They may be walking on a piece of land that was left open because Congressional Sportsman is out there fighting to get these things to happen.
You know, we all kind of grow up in different walks of life, but there's one thing that brings a lot of different people back together, and that's the great outdoors.
Yeah, the biggest thing is our next generation, and that's why we all do it. Look around a big room of conservationists and people that's involved with the Congressional Sportsman Foundation. Just like myself, I do it. I've got 5 great-grandchildren. I've taught my 2 grandsons, Austin and Ty Dillon, about hunting the great outdoors. It gives me pleasure to hear them and watch them take and tell their friends when they take them hunting about safety. And that, you know, take the right animals, you know, don't just go shoot something. And it gives you pride.
Yeah, that is something. I mean, it bonds everybody together. But, you know, this is a beautiful place out here. We sure appreciate you having us come out and shoot your place this morning. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is a 5-stand we built, I don't know, several years ago. Y'all have a good time today and shoot. I hope you get a chance to ride through the other properties and just look around. It's a beautiful world God's created for us, and we all enjoy it.
Richard, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy. Yep.
Now that Jeff and Taylor are here, let's burn some gunpowder.
Ready to do some shooting?
Want me to start?
You bet.
Pull.
Not a bad round of shooting at all. You know, I wanted to take it easy on them, but the competitor in me, it just wouldn't allow it.
I know today's a big day for Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation. You know, I mean, it's one of your bigger fundraisers of the year, I would assume.
Biggest fundraiser in terms of dollars.
Yeah, yeah. So it's wine, wheels, and wildlife,
correct? Three of Richard's favorite things, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And it, I mean, you come out here to his winery and have this event and have people across the country and industry members and stuff come and support you guys. Really shows how much everybody that knows about you supports you, right? But I think one of the things that a lot of people don't know is, what is Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation?
Yeah, I mean, in its most simple form, we're your front line in the halls of government for sportsmen and women. Whether you're a hunter, angler, trapper, recreational shooter, we're fighting in the halls of government.
You know, at Hayden Outdoors, we get to sell some of the most pristine recreational properties across the country. And we get to get on these properties and stuff, and those rights that we have to hunt, to fish, to trap, to enjoy nature, you know, conservationists. I mean, it really takes you guys fighting a fight for us that we don't even know is happening to be able to continue to enjoy those things.
Richard likes to call us the best kept secret in Washington, which just grates on me because I'd rather not be the best kept secret, but our job is to go get it done. And you know, we can pat each other on the back, but mainly we want the future of hunting, fishing, the great outdoor traditions to stay here for this generation, the next, and then beyond.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by BOA Safra. Harvest hidden tax deductions with BOA Safra Ag.
Now let's check out a property in Adams County, Idaho, listed by Agent Austin Callison, Council Mountain Ranch.
Hi, I'm Austin Callison with Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Today we're in Council, Idaho. This is what we're calling Council Mountain Ranch. The unique thing about this property is you're overlooking the town of Council, but you border up to thousands of acres of national forest right below Council Mountain. There's a couple hundred acres of irrigated ground that comes out of Cottonwood Creek. There's multiple springs on here. And then we've got 4 live water creeks that flow through the property. Start up on the east side of the ranch and then flow down the mountain. So what that lends itself to is a ton of wildlife in here. The elk and deer hunting is really good. They've harvested a lot of bears over the years, and what that has done is it's helped out with the deer and elk population. And the sellers, they've killed 190 to 200 inch mule deer in here, and they've harvested several bulls that are well over 300, which in this area is a respectable bull. This property qualifies for over-the-counter elk and deer tags, but it also qualifies for a late season deer hunt, and the late season deer hunt during the rut is phenomenal. They've killed some really nice deer. Since the owners bought this property, they've done a great amount of improvement with the roads. The access, it's about 3 or 4 miles of national forest that it borders up to, and when he bought it, there was no real access. We're driving the private roads of Council Mountain Ranch right now. We started down at the south end, and as you can see in this video, the owner of this property, he's done a really good job of improving these roads. We're in a full-size pickup driving through the ranch, and what that does is a couple of things. It gets it to where you can enjoy your ranch and you can get through it, but if you are hunting, you could take a pickup through the entire ranch without being on a goat trail, and you're on private ground the entire way through. The owner has improved this property in terms of the water. When you have water on a property, that brings the wildlife in, and so with the multiple creeks and multiple springs on here, he's developed those springs into ponds and watering holes for the wildlife. This property has 2 homes, one at the south end and one at the north end, with 2 different access points to get to it. So it would work well if you had multiple family members that were moving in here, or if you needed a place for a ranch manager, there's a home for that person. From a cattle standpoint, the owner has not currently ran cattle on here, but there's some great grazing that would be available in the spring and early summer, and then probably in the fall like we are right now. I think the property would lend itself well to somebody that wanted to run some cattle out here, either on their own or lease it out. Easy for cattle to be able to graze this, and plenty of water for the cattle. One thing that is really nice, and my favorite aspects of this property, is all the access that it controls to the National Forest. This is Council Mountain that is behind us, and just over the hill is McCall and Donley. But you have a lot of National Forest that is the buffer behind this property. The property is diverse in terms of the topography, from the timber to the actual irrigated pasture. And what that does is it opens an opportunity for the owner to put in food plots and actually irrigate that, which is unique in this area and bordered up to the mountain, where you actually have water rights out of Cottonwood Creek.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Moultrie Trail Cameras. Build the bigger picture with Moultrie. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Metabo HPT. Make, move, go.
Now let's head down to Jones County, Georgia. Check out a property listed by agents Chris Buchanan and John Baming, Buckelew Farm.
Appreciate you having us out to look at the property. I'm fortunate enough that I get to be out here all the time, so I'm very passionate about the place. You know, this place is special to me, and you know, we look at a lot of properties with Hayden, and I just hadn't found one quite like it. I mean, we're really close to Atlanta, just outside of Macon, surrounded by large tracts.
Really, anywhere you want to get into the state has easy access. You can get up to Atlanta easy, you can get down south easy, or you can shoot over to Savannah. So to have a property like this that's so large yet so close to the city, with access as good as this, is one of the many parts of this property that's admirable.
I think it would shock somebody to know how significant the deer herd here is, the turkey population, the quail population. I think we got probably the average size of the covey ranges anywhere from, 10 to 15.
One of the beautiful things about the Buckelew Farm is the deer herd in here. Your class of buck ranges anywhere from 130 up to the occasional 170-inch deer. Absolutely beautiful. The forage is here, the cover's here, the water is here, and the size of the land is here where you're actually able to manage these deer to how you want to manage them to grow bigger, healthier deer populations.
We've got the long-range shooting course over there. It goes out the back hill. You can shoot out a mile.
Shoot close to a mile. I think one of the big things about this place too that's made my job easier when I come out here and work is just having the space in the barn with all the equipment right there.
And you and Lori made the camp house very homey, and it serves as a great place for our caretaker to live. Our house here, we've got 2 master suites upstairs. We've got 3 bedrooms downstairs.
The lodge on the property is absolutely beautiful. It sits right on the lake, where you get to see the sunrises and the sunsets. You can get down in the beautiful kitchen, granite countertops, lots of space to be able to do whatever you need to do. Large dining room to have family and friends over and all be able to sit around the same table. Going downstairs into the basement of the lodge, there's a bar, a theater, a game room, and the basement is a walkout level basement. So you walk right out to the lake or out to the fire pit to be able to sit around the fire with friends and family. When you find yourself on the back deck of the lodge, you're overlooking this beautiful 20-acre lake. You can see loblollies, hardwoods, fish coming out of the water, ducks and geese sitting on the water in the morning. It's a breathtaking view in the morning.
If you really want to get in touch with nature and get in touch with your kids and get them in touch with nature, I can't think of a better place to have them or your friends visit you.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. Boa Safra. Harvest hidden tax deductions with Boa Safra Ag. Metabo HPT. Make, move, go. Moultrie Trail Cameras. Build a bigger picture with Moultrie. And by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land.
This group is something that all of us as sportsmen and women need to be aware of. As they said, they're our front line of defense in the halls of our nation's government.
You know, you start thinking about some of the stuff that CSF has been behind that, you know, that maybe the average sportsman doesn't know about. You know, one of the big ones that just happened was the sell-off of public land. You guys were the guys going head to head to keep that from happening.
We were, and that's why we're headquartered in Washington, D.C., right? We're really in a unique position to have relationships on Capitol Hill, to be talking to members of Congress, U.S. senators, and their staff every single day about why these things matter. And in the case of the public lands fight, these are places for people, regardless of where you live, how much money you have, what your background is. These are places where people recreate and really build those lifelong memories with their family, with their friends. And this network of public lands is uniquely American, unlike anything that we have across the globe.
If there's been some people, you know, that maybe are just now learning about you, like what can we do? What can we do as users of these resources to support you guys?
Obviously, we need money to fight these battles. They are not cheap, they're not free. So, you know, financial support is huge. The second most important thing is I encourage everybody to get engaged. You go onto our website, you can click on your home state, it boils it down into pretty simple stuff. Vote for sure, because your vote does matter, and I'm not telling you how to vote, but vote. Get to know your legislators and stuff so that you can pick up the phone or you can talk to their staff. Be educated, be informed, be ready to engage, because this takes a team.
Yeah, and then this is bigger than party lines, right? Like what you guys is bigger than party lines. I mean, you're working together with both sides to make these things happen.
Yeah, and the reality of it is that when you look at the things that unites people across the country, right? It's sports, music, and the outdoors, right? The outdoors, hunting, fishing, these traditions that we have are the one thing that brings everybody together, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Green Party, Tea Party, it doesn't matter. You sit down and get in a duck blind with somebody, say, hey, you've been seeing any ducks this year? You've been catching any fish? How was your deer season, right? It's not who you voted for, it's talking about the things that we love.
When you can get everybody in the same duck blind, they realize we're not so different.
That's right.
Anything that has to do with protecting our rights as Americans, when it involves the outdoors, this group is right there in the mix, fighting to keep our rights protected.
You know, Jeff and Taylor, one thing you guys were hugely influential on was the removal of the proposed cat ban in Colorado. I mean, that was a big deal for a while.
That was a huge deal. And more importantly, what we're seeing, Alan, is that what we call ballot box biology. The tactics now for the antis is to bypass the professional wildlife management stuff, go straight to the uninformed voters and try to appeal to them on heartstring messaging.
Yeah, you know, you talked about the cats being, you know, they pick something that people can resonate with and say, oh, here's a cat, everybody loves cats. Let's get that hunting ban pulled.
To be clear, this is not about protecting mountain lions or bobcats. This is the first step to undermine hunting. And it's just slowly peeling the layers back one win at a time. So we need to be on the offensive here.
Colorado was probably $5 million to defend that. $5 million spent just to maintain the status quo. Think what we could have done with $5 million to improve access to do other proactive stuff, but playing defense is not where we want to be. We want to be on the offense.
And I think that's a place where we can help as sportsmen and women, is to share that message to help you guys. I live in Missouri, and Colorado has a proposed ban of cat hunting, bobcat, mountain lion hunting. How is it important for me in Missouri to also have a voice on that?
Share information, right? Like, we have the beauty of today's society, we all complain about social media and whatnot, but it also provides a great opportunity to share information. But it's also important to recognize that this is coming to a state near you. This is not isolated to Colorado or Oregon. They are replicating this across the country, and they're just slowly picking apart state by state. So it's coming to you regardless of where you live.
Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for your effort on everything.
You bet. You bet.
This event held at Childress Vineyards is by far the biggest fundraiser of the year for the Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation. It truly is a who's who of attendees. That includes state senators and congressmen, NASCAR owners and drivers, and many others. And we were able to even have a bite of some tasty tomahawk steaks grilled up by none other than the McLemore boys of Master Built Grills.
So what we brought to you here today is we have from Santos Petronas in Seguin, Texas, is a full-blood Wagyu, which is equivalent to Japanese Wagyu, 30 to 35% marbling score, tomahawk long bone in ribeye steaks. Let's go, baby!
What a great evening of celebrating the outdoors and raising money for conservation. My longtime friend Johnny Morris from Bass Pro Shops, the biggest conservationist I know, made an appearance and gave a great speech thanking the Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation for all that they do. If you would like to get involved or learn more, contact the Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation for more information. It definitely was a wonderful event, celebrating conservation with so many people who are passionate about our rights as sportsmen and women and landowners. And a huge thanks to Richard Childress for the invite. And if you have a story or adventure you'd like shared on Life on the Land, please let us know, because it's genuine folks just like you all across the country that make it so special to buy up some ground and live life on the land.